Hey everyone, and welcome to day 39 of my 100-day challenge. So, this week has been a few ups, a few downs. My productivity at work went down a little bit. I'm struggling a little bit there, but I'm still doing okay. But the good news is, I'm at 172.2 pounds the last time I weighed myself. So I'm only 7.2 pounds away from my goal of 165 pounds. So I'm like right on track on my 100-day journey to be able to reach my weight goal. So I'm really happy about that. I've been able to keep up my running for the most part. It's been really cold this week, but I did go out running once, even though it was super cold. So I'm proud of myself for that. Um, and really, what's really shaping up with this 100 days is really like the vision of my future is like getting clearer and clearer, and I'm getting less frustrated with myself. Like I have moments of frustration, but I know I'm gonna pull through it. It's like this, this calm confidence that I know I'm gonna get myself out of this and that I can move forward. And I know that once I do this, my life is gonna like exponentially go faster in the sense of like the trajectory of my life, like in my career and what we do. We have most of our wedding plans done. We have our mini moons plans done, and we have an idea of like what overseas trips we want to do over the next few years. So I think like what's really interesting for me in this 100-day challenge is like um, I'm always focused. I've been always focused on like getting through the day and making a change today. And like, these things that were like ideas in my head of what I wanted in the future is happening now because I have to plan it right now, right? Like I have to think, okay, I've got to be financially responsible so that we can actually action all that we want to do in the future. So, and it's a possibility like this can be done, right? Like maybe in the past I would have thought that like it's out of reach, even though like I've always had like these two sides to me, I would say, where it's like one side of me would be like, okay, yes, this is going to be like I'm going to be able to achieve this, and this, and I'll get it done. And then sometimes it just feels like there's this other side of me that's like, it's impossible. It's never going to get done. There's no point in making an effort because all your efforts are not going to come to fruition. So it's really interesting that I have like these two different opposite sides, but I think what's winning out and what's going to win out is the one knowing that like we will be successful and I will be successful in life and I am successful in life. And it's like such a weird thing in saying that because for so long my default in my head has been like anything that happened to me in the past was a failure. And as a young person, everything feels so depending on how your brain is wired, everything felt so like so heavy for me. Like I thought in my 20s that I had to meet the person that I was going to meet for the rest of my life to be with. I thought that by the time that my 20s were over, that my life would have had to been figured out and everything would have had to been perfect. And it's so funny reflecting back on that because you realize how much of like how young you actually are in your 20s once you grow out of them. Like now feel much older and wiser, and Jason asked me yesterday, do I feel young? And it's like, well, yeah, I feel young in the sense that like I have a sense of adventure and I have a sense of wanting to explore and do things, right? However, don't consider myself as a young person anymore in the sense that that I feel more focused and I feel like I have more priority in my life, and I feel like I don't put as much weight on these things anymore. They don't like hold me back, because I know that like even if things don't work out for in whatever facet of your life, that it isn't the end. There's always, a next chapter. There's always a new beginning, and doesn't matter what age you're at, you can start again, right? I mean, yes, the reality is we only have so much time left in our life, right? Like I'm 37 years old, but I still have a good chunk of my life left where I'm working, I'm contributing. Um, I can still achieve all of my dreams, even in my late 30s, right? Um, and that's like a comforting feeling. Like, you know what? Hey, I can still get this all done. Like, I don't have to feel like my time is up. But at the same time, you're more purposeful with your time because you know that you only have a certain amount of time and you can't procrastinate and you can't put things off anymore. Because if you want the life that you envision, you actually have to go ahead and go for it and actually action in your life. Like if you want to be healthy, then you gotta eat healthy, you gotta exercise, you gotta prioritize that, and you gotta stop making excuses, right? Like you could do an excuse for pretty much anything in your life. And in this 100-day challenge, it's really like showing that, there is no excuses. It's just a choice, right? At the end of the day, it's a choice, and it's how you deal with your emotions, and it's how you deal with situations. And if you are emotionally mature enough, right, and if you've had enough life experience, you can combat different failures or obstacles in different ways. So I'm navigating all that in my 100-day challenge, and it's exciting to know that how far I've come since growing up in my teenage years, in my 20s, in my 30s, and now it's like this chance, this hope, this optimism that I need to foster for myself that I haven't been able to foster in a very long time. Not that I haven't been hopeful or optimistic, but it's hard for me to maintain that from a day-to-day basis and really build that momentum. I'll get the momentum going and then I'll stop. And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people. But I think I'm at a point in my life where I can say that I can be optimistic, I can be hopeful. I don't have to let things drag me down anymore. I can change my situation for the better and have a good life, because at the end of the day, it's my choice, right? Like I have a choice. I can not like my life, I can not like my job, I can do bad at my job, I can do good at my job, I can excel, right? And hope for the best. And I know it is all by luck, but if you don't try, you're not going to get there anyways. So you might as well try rather than not try. Anyways, that is my message for the day. I hope everyone's staying warm because it is pretty cold outside. I'm not going to run today, but hopefully it looks like there'll be a bit of a break in the temperature this weekend. Like not that much of a break, but warm enough that I can go for a run. Anyways, let me know how your journey is going with your health and your wellness, and I will catch up with you all tomorrow. Bye.